Ranger Russ still at Meg's Point. I'm showing you the beach, the Meg's Beach. We are on the far side of the jetty. You can see the jetty is over here. It's being completely washed over by waves at this time. I'm not getting out of the car because I don't know if you can hear it. The sound is sand pelting against the windshield. Some really nice big waves here, still really sustained winds. I'm gonna say 50 to 60 mile an hour sustained, and there are some massive gusts that really feel like they're gonna lift the car up sometimes. I actually had difficulty getting in the car. The way I had parked it, the door was facing east, so it was into the wind. I actually climbed in the other side. Now if you look over, all the way over here, you can see, I don't know if you can tell, that's foam from the sea being blown up behind the jetty. So that's the agitation, and I'm not sure if the phone is moving as much as I am as the wind rocks the car here. We've got some big waves on the far side of the jetty, but not as large as on this side. So again, with the wind coming out of the east, the jetty is blocking some of that. And these are not just sustained waves. These are breaking back and forth in on each other. There's a lot of twisting wind here right now. Again, the park is closed. It's due to open tomorrow at noon. I don't know if you can see over there, there's a little break in the clouds as it goes by. We're not going to see any more rain, I don't think, but definitely a lot more wind. And again, the park is closed until tomorrow at noon. We will open if we can. If there's some damage, trees down, things like that, then they will take a little bit longer to get the park open. We're not going to open up the park until everything is safe. So let's clear that window. There we go. All right. So actually, if I mount this here like this, I can drive out of the park. I think it's time to get out of here. So the buildings, both of the Nature Center buildings which I were in, are still secure. We do have a backup generator for the new building, which is great. We did lose power in the old building and it came back on before I left. So I'm not too concerned. There's not a lot of animals in the old building. It's the new building that has the more critical, the tanks and things where we can't lose power for very long. Look at how the wind just has those trees, it's pelting them. It's amazing to me sometimes that trees can still hold on to their leaves with this kind of wind. This is something I need to be really cautious about driving home, or branches and things coming out of trees. I hope everyone else is being cautious as well. And a reminder, if you do see power lines down in the road, do not try and drive over them. Live power lines are not something you want to drive over. I did notice that on the outside of our new building we're missing some shingles. So there is a little bit of damage there. So far the old building doesn't show any, the shingles are looking good on the old building. I gotta see if I can show you. There's the shingle damage right there on the cupola. You can see it's torn off the lower shingles there. Doesn't look like a lot of shingles are missing, so something we should be able to repair pretty simply. I believe we've got a few bundles of shingles left over from that building for just such an emergency. We did clear our campground out and close the gate at noon, so we don't have any patrons left in the park. I imagine tomorrow afternoon, though, there'll be some surfers that want to come and surf these big waves. So I'd like to know if you guys want to just let me know where you're from and what the weather is like where you are. That would be pretty cool. How big are the waves? I'm saying the big ones are hitting 6 to 8 feet. And then there's smaller ones. Now look right here, we're coming up on one of our pass-throughs through the dunes where people, it's a beach access point. Look at the sand being blown off of the beach and across the road. That is some pretty sustained winds there that are just carrying that sand. I'm gonna just move through here. Fortunately, I don't have a fantastic paint job on my car, so not too worried about getting sandblasted. Wind in Wallingford is unbelievable. Mystic has waves and white caps. So one of the unique things about Hammonasset is we are not really part of the shoreline. We're sort of a peninsula sticking out into the shoreline, so we do get a little bit of different weather. It's almost like being on an island out here sometimes. Guilford, it's windy. Wild windy. Getting further away from the beach right now. Still looks like the trees are getting blown around quite a bit. Cottonwood I'm driving by now. There, show you that. There's a branch from the cottonwood that's blown down. I am not going to move that at this time. We'll wait for tomorrow when the winds are died down and cleanup will happen then. Very windy on Martha's Vineyard. I imagine the weather on Martha's Vineyard is similar to what we've got here. Very windy and lime. So it looks like most of the people watching now, the rain has stopped. Look at the leaves are all turned over. The wind inverts the leaves, especially when you get those updrafts that I've been talking about, which is one of the things that causes a tornado. When an updraft meets a downdraft, then it pushes the updraft further up and you can create a tornado. But we're getting a lot of twisting winds here. Looks like somebody's saying that they left camping on Friday. You left just in time. So the trees are moving as you move further back here. I see some of the campsites are still have their equipment on them. It looks like the people left and left their equipment up, and I'm seeing flattened tents and a few things blown over. Let's see. Show you a little bit of that. That looks like there's a tent over there that looks intact. Oh, my window is really... The windows get very salt sprayed during these storms, so the side window is kind of hard to see through. I definitely would have taken my tent down. Yeah, there's a few out there. Look like they're pretty squished. The wind is just flattening everything. I think the real danger, though, are tree branches, trees being blown down. Again, I'll remind everyone that the parks are all closed. Parks, forests, wildlife management areas are closed. Look at all the leaves that are across here. Fortunately, no large branches, and most of the trees look like they're still up. So, again, it's amazing that the trees are able to hold on to the leaves that they're hanging on to. So, everyone has cleared out of here already. Like the couple more branches over here. Those were our park patrol vehicles. Oh, that flag's still up. I took the Nature Center flag down. It was pretty nasty. Alright, and the gate is closed, so I'm going to need to open up and go around here. So I'm going to sign off for now, and hopefully everyone is home safe. I'll be home soon. And if I see something interesting along the way, I'll make sure to come back live. So this is Ranger Russ signing off from Hammonasset Beach State Park. After all the hurricanes, things have passed, hopefully.